Happy Vlogmas! Today is December 3rd, so happy Vlogmas day 3. As you can see, I have already been quite busy this morning. The first thing I had to do, first order of the day, is get a cake in the oven. So my mom asked me to please make her a rum cake for her friend. She's a friend that lives in Boston, and they went to high school together in Trinidad, and they have this group chat, and they've been chatting for all this time in this group chat. And his wife is actually coming to New York today to spend the day. So we've decided that we're going to treat them with some of our home-baked goods. And, holiday season is upon us. So we're just being a little bit, giving. And I just want to make people happy. So we got the cake in the oven early in the morning before I even started work. And I also had some time to wind up some yarn. Woo! Wind up some yarn. So this is my La Bien-Aimée color sari that matches my coat that I showed you last night. And this yarn is Alex, and this is Soyeux. I'm hoping that I pronounced that right. Soyeux. Soyeux. I don't know. So my French is not the best. I did take ballet when I was young. So EUX, pas de deux, so it's Soyeux, I'm guessing. I know Liz from Trey Liz, I know you're laughing at me right now because every time I hang out with Liz, she speaks amazing French, and I'm always trying to practice with her, and my pronunciation is horrible, and I apologize for that. But I speak Spanish, so I can confidently say now that I speak Spanish. I'm still working on getting fluency to a higher level, but I consider myself somewhat to be bilingual in the Spanish realm. So it's really difficult to go from pronouncing S's at the end of a word to not pronouncing them. So it's just, my brain is just, but anyway, aside from that, I can understand some Italian and I can understand some Portuguese based on the fact that they are closely related to Spanish. So if it's written, I can understand French better than when I'm hearing it. But, that's a whole spiel, whatever. That's me and my language learning. My deep, dark dream is to become a polyglot, but, that's for another day. We are a knitter today, so back to the yarn. So this yarn is mohair silk, and this is, I think it's merino and alpaca. I need to check. But so I'm trying to put this together to make a sport weight yarn. This is lace weight and this is lace weight. So obviously I'm gonna have to hold this double, and then I'm going to hold this single, and my computer is making noise. So let me go and see who's messaging me. 1 second. Okay, so I am back. So basically I was saying that this is lace weight yarn. It's about 710 yards. This is lace weight as well. I forgot the yardage on this, but holding it together, I will have enough to make this hat. That's number one. So I'm really happy for that. This is going to be the most luxurious hat I have ever worn, because you're going to have alpaca, silk, and merino wool. The next level would be cashmere, but we don't have that. So anyway, when I went to Barcelona, I was asking for their non-superwash merino sport weight yarn, and they were like, "We are so sorry, we sold out." And I'm like, "No, what am I gonna do now?" And then they were like, "You could join this one with this one and hold this double." I'm like, "Okay, we'll try that." So I did get a shipment of yarn that I purchased and needles. I'm gonna show you soon. And I bought it to make another sweater, but that I'm deciding to wait on that sweater. However, I do have the needles and I can start this today, which is perfect. So it was perfect planning, even though I didn't really plan it. So the one good thing about knitting, you can always use a needle to do something else, and I am notorious for just buying new needles when I want a new project because I have too much projects on the needles. Let's not talk about that. I'm not going to shame myself about it. It's just my life and how I like to live on the edge. So anyway, here's the yarn. It is so beautiful. Oh, it's gorgeous. And this is my absolute, you guys know I love pink. This is my favorite pink, top of the top, number one favorite pink of all time. So here we go. Let's get this baby on the needles. So I am doing a quick unboxing of some items that I bought from Spun Yarn in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I was looking for yarn to complete a sweater. I had bought it in Spain and then I didn't have enough because I found a new sweater that I want to make, and I needed a few more skeins of wool. So this is Caltiva. And the colorway is Grease Natural, and this is going to be the background of the sweater, and the yoke is going to be pink, of course. And I just needed a few more skeins as well as some needles because we always need needles. So I got a size 3 needle tip, and I got the cords and more cords, and I also got a size, what is this, 2.5, 16-inch, which is perfect for the hat that I'm going to cast on today. And I also got a size 2.5, 32-inch, which would have been the yoke of the sweater, or some portion of the sweater, not necessarily the yoke, maybe just the body, because the yoke would have been done on the size 3 needle. So yeah, but anyway, so this is what I got, and I'm going to show you me getting started on my sporty photographer hat now that I have the needle. So here we go. Let's do this. Okay, so now I'm having a conundrum because the pattern calls for US size 2 needles, and I have 2.5, as well as US 4s, and I have 3s. So I have to go digging. I'm wondering if this is even going to work with this needle. I don't want a hat that's too big, but it says here that it will be super stretchy, and I'm able to show this pattern because it's free. I think you should go grab it, definitely, because it's a super cute hat. And I'm not giving anything away. This information is in Ravelry. So yeah, so this is just encouragement for you to get the yarn and get the needles and start making your hat for winter, or your gift knitting or something. So I gotta go digging again and try to find a US size 2 needle, 2.75 millimeter. I know I have some somewhere. I just it's just, where is it is the question. So I'll be back. Okay, so I went through my stash and I found these Chiago needles that I had received in a kit to make a whole different pattern, and it looks like I have size 2s, but they are 24 inches. So I'm gonna have to do some really creative magic looping, or I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure this out. So we'll see what happens. I'm just gonna go for it because I don't know if I can find a size 2 and a 16-inch. I'm gonna keep looking, but I'm not sure. So this is a possible, but we're gonna keep looking. Okay, I am still on the hunt. I managed to find a 3.5 millimeter, which is a size 4, US 4, needle, and it is 50 centimeters, and 16 inches should be 40 centimeters, and we have 60 centimeters for 24 inches, so I'm assuming this is 20 inches, and I think I can get away with it, 20 inches, if I make the bigger size, which is going to be roughly, what does it say here? 20 inches. So I found my size 4 needle. Hallelujah. Now, I still need to figure out what to do with the size 2. If I can find a size 2 needle that is larger than 24, I can easily do my magic looping. I'm still on the hunt. I'm on my lunch break right now, and I decided to cast on the hat. And I will say that what is irritating me, which always irritates me, is the first row, because it's super tight. Even though I did not cast on super tight, it just always is. And once I get through that first row, things are more elastic, you know. This is my magic loop, my makeshift magic loop. It's not as big as it should be, but it's working. We're working with what we got here, because I didn't want to have to wait for another needle to come in and wait like a couple days for it to get shipped and all that drama. I will say that the Chiago needles, the premium bamboo, they are doing me justice right now, because as you can see, this yarn, when it's all put together, is super fuzzy. Oh, trying to get in there. Let's see if I can zoom in. There we go. It's really fuzzy. So the point on this needle is perfect for getting through the fuzz to get to the stitches. So I'm super happy, and I might just continue using the bamboo 4s when I get to the stockinette portion. We'll see. So right now we're good. The whole point of me doing this right now, being so important for me to do it now, is I want to get this cast on and in a comfortable sections, meaning past the first row, so that I can ride the train and actually knit while I'm on the train. Another thing that I'd like to point out is I'm knitting 2 strands from one ball, one cake of yarn. So what this does is the top part, the outside, will continue to unravel, and then the inside, I have it at the bottom, so that will continue to unravel without tangling. If I can keep this in my bag like this without falling apart, that would be, you know, amazing, but we'll see what happens. And of course, we have the mohair. I am using the mohair from the outside so that we don't get the yarn fluff tangle in the middle. So that's what we're doing. Okay, I'm gonna go get ready now because it's my lunch break. This seems to be going well. I'm gonna get some food and get changed because as soon as work is done, I have to make my way into the city for our holiday party. I am going to have a quick bite to eat before I head out to the party. This is one of my favorite Trinidadian dishes called aloo pie. If you look on the inside, there is potato in there. It's a little spicy. And I'm going to add some tamarind sauce right about now. As you can see, this is tamarind sauce that I made myself. And it's just so good. Just going to add more to the plate. And this is going to be something quick that I'm going to snack on before I head to the party and stuff my face with whatever they're going to have available. Hey everyone, so I'm finally ready to go to my holiday party. I got a little glam going on and it's 5:35 and it starts at 6, so I'm gonna be a little bit late, but you know, fashionably late is what it is. I mean, this is what happened. You work from home and the party's in the city, so I gotta do what I gotta do. So we are about to head out now, so see you there. I'm waiting for the bus. It is really cold out here and there are white things falling from the sky. I am not ready for snow. Not ready. I think the bus just, no, that's a different bus. I'm not ready for the snow. Just, no, I'm not prepared for this. I'm not wearing the right boots. I'm just, no, absolutely not. Party is over. It is around 9 p.m. 9:15-ish, and I walked to the bus stop a few blocks away, so I have the bus practically to myself. Well, one person's coming on now, but yeah, this is really nice to not have to get on the train right now. Loving it. So yeah, time to knit. So right now I can show you the progress that I made on my travels today. This is the photography hat by Lavanya Patricella. And I'm guessing it's an inch. Let's measure. We have a little bit more than an inch and a quarter roughly. So I have to keep going for 7 inches. So this is great. I have found a way to do my magic looping with these 24-inch needle. It's a little weird and convoluted, but it worked obviously because I need a whole inch of, ribbing. I did look on Amazon to see if I found a needle that could get here within like the next 2 days, just to see if I could get a needle that would be a little bit easier to use, and I didn't see any. So like the next delivery date was like December 20th or something. So, oh well, I'll just keep going for 6 more inches and then I will switch to the other needles. So I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm very happy with what I see. I know it looks teeny tiny right now, but it's gonna fit my head. I promise. I promise. So when I do my magic looping, I hold it this way. I wrap the yarn around, the cord around my hand. For some reason, it gives it balance and tension, and I just keep going until I feel like it gets tight, and then I pull it out and do it all over again. So that's just how I work it. It feels right to me, and there's no real rhyme or reason to it. It's just, when you're knitting, knit how you feel and do what feels good. And as long as you're getting knitting purl stitches, you're doing the right thing. So I'm gonna just keep going. Yeah. Okay, so now we are going to open day 3 of the Bon Mama advent calendar. So let's get into day 3. Let's see what we have here, what flavor we have. This is apple quince honey spread. What can I put this on? Maybe I'll put it on some brie. That'll be nice. Apple quince honey spread. This looks delicious. So the quince spread was very delicious, and that was a 5 out of 5 for me. So I am going to guess that this will be another 5 out of 5. Hoping. So we'll see. We'll see when we taste it with some bread or brie or something. And here we are again with the Yogi Tea calendar. We're going to open day 3. Let's see if I like it. Oh, it's so hard to open these things. Here we go. Almost there. We have classic. I have no idea what classic means. Let's see. Do they say what it is? Oh, okay. Let's zoom in a little bit. Oh wow. Yeah. Doesn't quite say what it is. Let me look at the back of the package, the bigger package, to see if we can figure this out. Classic. Let's see what it smells like. It smells very spicy, like clove and cinnamon. So maybe it's black tea with clove and cinnamon. I don't know. We'll find out. Your inner self is your inner guide. Always remember that. So when your inner self tells you to cast on another project, you're supposed to do it, because I said so, and Yogi Tea said so. Okay, so we are looking at the ingredients for classic. It is written in Spanish. So canela, I think, is cinnamon. Jengibre is ginger. Cardamomo, cardamom, clavos, clove. Pimienta negra is black pepper. Aceite de canela, I think, is cinnamon oil. So correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know all of my herbs in Spanish, but I'm thinking that canela is cinnamon, and that's what I smelled. So I'm just going with that for now. This sounds like a really good tea though. And yeah, I want to try it. It smells fantastic. So I would give this, I'm guessing, 10 out of 10 right now because, I mean, I haven't tasted it yet, but it looks like it would be very promising. Okay, so I have a confession to make. I have not done any video editing at all for Vlogmas since I started recording. So today's day 3 and I have yet to put a video together. So day 1 is still in limbo. And this is like the one thing that always gets me because I don't vlog every day, and the habit of doing the videos every single night is not in me yet. It'll probably hit me in the next week or two. And it gets to a point where, you know, I get into the habit and then it's like the 24th comes and then I stop doing video editing. And it's like, oh my God, what do I do with my life now? The same thing, like you're knitting a sweater, you knit on a sweater. And then when the sweater's done, you're like, what do I do with my life now? What do I cast on now? What do I knit now? Like it's so like, oh my goodness, like, what do I do that I don't have this project, you know? So I'm intending on, I really hope that tomorrow I can focus on getting everything done, and I want to get caught up. So as far as the Advents are concerned, I'm still on my sock toes for the Cozy Knitter Advent. I have not started the color portion yet. And for the Save the Sheep Advent, I am still on day 2. And it's like you do a small triangle and then it's like, I guess we're piecing them together. I have no idea where this is going, but I'm just following instructions, which is the fun part about it. So I really want to be up to speed tomorrow because Thursday I'm going to the Barclays Center to see Usher, and I'm going to have no time to knit on Thursday after work. If I do, it'll be really quick, but I won't have considerable time. Show starts at 8 o'clock, and I know when I get home Thursday, there's no way I'm going to be tired from dancing and, you know, having a great time. So I'm trying to really catch up on everything tomorrow. On Friday, for the Save the Sheep Advent, we have a Zoom chat, and I have to be really attentive because I have to translate in my head because it's all in Spanish. And I'll be testing my newfound bilingual skills. I am really working at it to try to, you know, really have this other language in my back pocket. And, you know, I've been watching a lot of Spanish TV as well as meeting up with friends. I have one friend that I meet with. We exchange knitting lessons for Spanish lessons. And hi, Jaime. It's just super cool that I can do that with a really good friend of mine. And it's just like, to have that in your back pocket is amazing. So it's really good when you know, sometimes you have friends and everyone has like a certain talent or a certain skill. And sometimes you just hang out and you don't even tap into what this person can do. Like, he works at a language center. So like, he knows what to do. So if it's anyone to help me, it's him. And I'm super appreciative and super happy. And I just need to keep practicing. So, yeah. And hopefully when my next trip to Spain, I'll just speak even more Spanish, and it will be great. So that is the goal. It's always good to have a goal, you know. So yeah, so speaking of goals, so the goal for tomorrow, I would really like to catch up on the Advent knitting, as well as get some videos up or compiled, or at least put together. If I even get them just put together and formatted into the file, and then I could just post the file randomly throughout the day or whatever, or maybe post them on Thursday before I run out to the concert, or maybe post some and then the remainder on Thursday. Whatever it is, I need to get them out because nobody knows that Vlogmas is happening right now, except the few friends who were there at knit night last night when I was like, hey, Vlogmas, you know. But I want you to know that I don't take it lightly, and it's really like a thing for me to really take my time and do the editing and make sure that everything is nice. So, you know, we don't have 25 hours in a day. I only have 24, just like everyone else. But, you know, we have so much going on, and you see my life, it gets crazy, but I really want to focus on really putting in the effort to make sure you have something great to watch. So that's what I'm going to focus on tomorrow. So, yeah, I have no plans to go out, and the weather's supposed to be, I think it might rain tomorrow. Oh, gross. And it's going to be cold. So I'm going to stay home anyway. So I really should focus on it. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. So since I'm going to do all that tomorrow, and it's already after 11 p.m. and my eyes look really like sleepy, it's time. So I have to bid you adieu. I have to say goodnight right now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you so much for going to the party with me. The party was okay. The food was not all that. The desserts were great, I will say. The bar, it was, you know, they had limited options, and I really wanted a margarita, and they couldn't even make one because they didn't have all the stuff. So it was kind of like, all right, I'll settle for wine, you know, not gonna be picky. And I got to hang out with some friends who I see literally once a year because I work from home and I don't interact with everyone. That's just the nature of my job. And mostly I email people, so I don't know what everyone looks like. So I'll just be looking at name tags like, oh, this is that person that I emailed last week, you know? And then like, it just feels weird. And this has happened since the pandemic. Since I'm not in the office anymore, I don't see anyone. No one comes up to me and says, hey, Shamika, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. So it's always an email. So, you know, it just feels a little disjointed. But the trade-off is I don't have to get on the stinky train in the morning and deal with it when there's kids and there's like the teenagers and all the drama, and you know, you think you're gonna get to work on time, and oh, we're holding the train because for a sick passenger, or there's train traffic ahead, and I don't want to have to deal with all that, and I don't have to, and I am super grateful that I don't have to deal with it. So if the trade-off is that I go to the Christmas party, I don't really know anyone, what can I say? I mean, it is what it is. But the people who I do know, we all met up and we decided that we're going to do, well, they want to do lunch. And I was like, well, I can't quite do lunch because I have to get back to work. So there's no way I'll be able to get into Manhattan and back to Brooklyn in an hour. So I was like, let's do happy hour lunch. And they're like, yeah, let's do that. So we're going to have our, you know, happy hour after work. So I'm looking forward to that. And, you know, we'll see what happens, you know. So, yeah, so now that I just went on and on and on, I'm going to actually really say goodnight. And I hope that you are enjoying Vlogmas. And I'm going to have, hopefully, some updates for you tomorrow and some good stuff. And we'll see how much of this Usher concert I can record if I'm not dancing too much. I'll see what I can get to show you if possible, and not get a copyright strike. Yeah, we'll see what I could do. And yeah, so alrighty. Good night. Happy Vlogmas.